How you doing? So this video is about how to improve incursions. So first of all, it's better late than never. Also, I know they do have an update to improving incursion, but this is just my opinion how they could have improved incursion. So I'm going to talk about that update in a different video because I didn't want this to be an hour long, as well as my internet is really slow when it comes to loading stuff. So let's get this going. So let's talk about the number one thing they could do, and it's probably obvious, and Kabam already knows this, I believe, is when it comes to rewards. You know, they need to improve the rewards. I think it's probably obvious already. I think a year ago this was pretty good, you know, but now it's been outdated, like the people that can complete up to zone 25 in sector 6 are usually like the top 1%. Those are already like valiant players. So when they look at these rewards, it's like it doesn't mean anything to them really. So why would they even bother to go all the way here? For the effort they have to put up. In some cases, maybe even have to use units to get all the way here for these rewards. So they're not even gonna bother doing it. Obviously, if they had like a 7-star rank 3 gem in sector 6, whatever zone it is, I don't, even if it was zone 99, people are gonna do it, you know. And I think that's one way they can increase people playing incursion is obviously to increase the rewards. But what is this? So yeah, that the only thing that's unfortunate about the game is people only play for rewards. I think at least most people I play for fun, not for rewards, and most people will never know the best champion in incursion because they only play for rewards, meaning that they only go to zone 25, which is, it is what it is. But if people actually just play for fun, seeing who has the most potential in incursion, not care about rewards, you realize there's at least 3 champions in MCOC that are far, far better than Hercules in incursion. I know Sweet has already made a video on it. The one champion that's better than Hercules. Um, what else? You know, and I'm just gonna tell you one of them. It's Hela. Hela, if you actually understand Odin synergy, he's just a broken version of Hercules. He's a better version than Hercules in almost every way. You know, if you go past zone 25 in incursion, but like I said, most people will not pass zone 25 because there's no rewards. So I personally don't care about rewards. As you can see, I don't even done sector 6 or even sector 5. But what they can do is like to make it better for like players is make improve the hacks in the game. Then again, you're gonna think to yourself, improving the hacks on the game will make it easier. And kabam, they don't like that. That means they're not gonna be making much money because it's just gonna be too easy to get to zone 25 with more hacks. So how can they improve that? Make it more challenging, as well as giving more hacks in the game. You know, it's fairly simple, really. What they can do is increase the zone, to zone 100 since they have hacks up to zone 99. What's the point of having hacks up to zone 99 if you can only go to zone 25 for the rewards? It doesn't make any sense. So if we actually improve the rewards to zone 99, or even just at least zone 50, these people that want to challenge themselves, you're going to realize I'm going up against 4 million, over 5 million health pools with 300 plus attack, 300,000 K, 300,000 attack. You're going to be realize, wow, yeah, okay, I'm really getting challenged. And if you follow my channel, you've seen me going up against 4 million, 5 million health pool with over 300,000 attack. So yeah, because I don't care about rewards. I like to challenge myself. I like to play for fun. So, you know, that's the thing. What they can do is basically how can they make it, you know, easier for some champions, to get to zone 25 because really, if you're only, there's not many champions that can get to zone 25. Be like, there's what Angela, Hercules, Hala, Aegon. that not many champion can reach that. Some people are tired of playing with those champions, and they just want to use other champions in the game. So like having better hacks will help the other champions in the game to be able to reach zone 25. And then you gotta think to yourself, it's just too easy. It's not worth. you know Kabam will be thinking to themselves, they're losing money, so what can they do? Instead of just improving the rewards to zone 25, just increase the rewards. I mean, increase the rewards meaning like, put at least to zone 50, even better, up to zone 99 when it comes to sectors, at least to sector 6, you know what I mean? So that's one way they can improve when it comes to the game. So let's talk about another thing they can improve to the game. So let's pick a team. I just hopefully it's gonna work. Just think, come on. Okay, sector 6, enter. I want to shout out to Kabam because they actually did made a very good improvement, which just makes logic sense. See, when it comes to the hacks, so for now, I believe when it comes to the next update, the hacks will come first and then the champion you choose. It doesn't really make sense why that comes first, the champion comes first, you know? It's just really like it's great that from the next update, the hacks will come first and then you get to choose the champion you want. So instead of, having to pick a champion, which somehow I cannot work, come on, there you go. So instead of coming here, it's like, oh, this champion is good for this and that, you get to choose your hacks first, and then the champion you want to choose for that sector, you know? So another way they can improve, oh, buff cornucopia, that is so perfect. Um, you know, I feel like the science class has been left out when it comes to incursion. Not all, but some. I would really like to use Titania. She's one of the best science champion in the game. I would definitely say top 10 best science champion in the game. Maybe even top 5. I don't know about that, but top 10 for sure. Like, she doesn't, I would like to try her in incursion, but she's immune to buffs. So this buff cornucopia is like arguably, I would even say the best hack in incursion. But yet, she this is not gonna do anything for Titania. So because she's immune to buffs, so like I really hoping like for champions that are immune, like they can just say instead of like gaining a buff, they gain something similar. Like let's say you gain a fury buff for getting you know, buff cornucopia, you gain a passive, fury instead of a fury buff. And you're thinking that seems overpowered for the science class, considering that arguably they're the best science. Science class is the best class in the game right now for all contents. And that could be true, that's for sure. But I just think that, that would really help some champions that are immune to buffs that can really benefit, be able to play incursion like Titania, Spider-Man 299. That would definitely help them. You're thinking that seems overpowered, but at the same time, there are hacks in the game that can improve buffs that hopefully that doesn't improve like passives, like getting a fury buff. There's potency for fury buffs. There's fury buff duration as well, increased duration, which you will not get, which you won't get when it came to like a fury passive. But they did change that for the updates at least when it comes to like the prowess one. It's funny they didn't change it for the fury one for some reason. I guess they think it might be too overpowered. But when it comes to prowess now, that you're going to instead of prowess buff, it's just prowess effects, meaning prowess passive effects as well would help. So yeah, so as you can see here, this will increase your buff and debuff duration. So keep in mind, in the next update, the debuffs also, it's not just debuffs anymore, it's just debuffs effects. So that will count passive as well. So that's pretty much I wish they could have done. I know in the next update, which I talk about in a different video, that they're gonna instead of debuffs, it's now what do you call this, effects. So that will include passive. So those are really about it. Better hacks. Another thing is like I personally wouldn't mind to spend 500 units to get the right hack. It's the most annoying thing having to go in and out changing champions just to get the right hack for a certain champion in the game. I mean, like the reroll in the game, you only get one shot of the reroll in the game. Like I wish it was at least two, or increase the choices you get. That would really help. And when it comes to revives, I mean, another thing as well is the revive is so expensive. It's like 52 units for the smallest revive. Like very little champions in the game that can benefit from like 1800 health points, especially that you got 7 stars now. Like that's like not even 1% of their health in the game. Like that's not gonna do anything for them. Like very little champions. There's obviously Angela, there's Hercules as well, Hela. Those are three champions I can think of. Maybe Aegon, that's kind of debatable, but Aegon is just so broken in incursion that 1% in Aegon, if you have them fully ramped up, it's gonna be good enough if you have the Heimdall synergy. But yeah, so reduce the unit cost. It doesn't make sense why it's 52 units. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, you know, 10 units or something, but like make it like reasonable, like 25 units or something. 25 units that's still a lot, but make it reasonable. 52 units for the smallest revive, like that should be like the highest revive, like 12,000, like the 85 units, that should be like the 52 units one, you know. And then the smallest one should be like 25 units, which is, I still think it's a lot, but it's reasonable, you know. And there should be more places in the game to get, incursion revives and potions and stuff like that. Another thing they could do is to improve incursion is like if you like pick a champion, you know, because there's only three slots. You see, I wish they can. Obviously, they can increase it to 4 or 5. That's like gonna be even better. But let's say they don't, which probably they won't. Of course, they can just like imagine like, oh, I don't want to use Hulk anymore, so I can just switch him out, or not. Of course, you can do that in the game, but I'm talking about, let's say, let's say yeah, okay. Let's say you're using Hercules is a good example, and you're going with the full team. Doesn't really have a full team. You just need Heimdall. You can make him a herald as well, but you can take out Galen or something. But let's say you need someone else besides Hercules to solo fight. That's really hard. Most likely a mystic champion like a Rintra or something. You can just use like Morbius or Angela too if you have the right hacks to do it. So like uh, but no, I guess not. Angela, that's not a good example because she's like, she does need ramp up with Odin synergy, but you know what I mean, um like you can change somebody. Like basically what I'm saying is like, if you like, there's only 3 slots. Like let's say you don't have enough slot to use a champion, but you want to keep them. Like a good example is obviously like, um I don't know. I'm trying to think. Okay, let's do Hela. It could be Angela too, but let's do Hela. So Hela, Odin, and Heimdall. Okay, you have them in the team. Let's say Hela cannot solo fight. It's a mystic champion. It has power play, but so you take out Heimdall. Okay, and then and then you use somebody like a mystic champion, or in this case you can use, yeah, like like a mystic champion that you don't, then you bring a science class like Morbius or something, like a Rintra or something like that, that can, beat Rintra or something. And then let's say you're done with Morbius, you want to bring back Heimdall. You should be able to bring back Heimdall. Of course, it should cost units. It's only fair, but they should be able to bring back champions you already used. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. I wish they can bring back champions you already used. It makes sense that you couldn't, Of course, it should cost units. It's only fair, but I don't understand why you can't bring back champions you already used. Another thing they can do, like I said, improve the hacks. So I don't mind with 4 hacks, but I feel like they should have be allowed to have 7 hacks in game, and you get to choose the 4 hacks that are best for that fight, for that champion, for that node. So 7 hacks, but you could only, you have access to 7 hacks, but you could only use 4 hacks at a time. So that's gonna help make it much fun, much more easier, especially for champions that are not like broken, like Angela, Hela, or Aegon, that just gonna be able to solo every fight, pretty much. So yeah, that's it. Those are the improvements I like to see. Obviously, increase the rewards, and way that you can do that is just basically um, increase the zone, get up to at least zone 50, even better, zone 99, increase the rewards to that, make it challenging as well. That will make it challenging, and as well as increase the rewards for people who really want the rewards, Yeah, that's pretty much really it. That's it. Thank you.